What is the PES? The Party of European Socialists brings together socialist, social democratic, Labour and democratic parties from all over Europe and Norway. We were founded in 1992 in The Hague to strengthen our socialist and social democratic movements. Young European Socialists and PES women represent the youth and women's sections of PES member parties. Our main aim is to shape progressive EU policies. What do we do? The PES works together with members to define and adopt common positions to fight inequality, promote fundamental rights, and create better lives for our citizens. These progressive positions concern European policy, but also aim at supporting our member parties in their countries with a clear goal in mind: to make Europe work for its people. The PES achieves this through regular meetings of all our parties where leaders agree on the next steps in our progressive family, including policy networks, high-level conferences, ministerial meetings, and summits of PES prime ministers and heads of state. The PES provides a platform for exchange for our member parties through meetings for leaders and secretary-generals. We support our parties during their national elections. Who are we? The PES political family is much more than the sum of its parts. Our cooperation enables us to make the difference. We are a major political force in Europe. We work closely with the group of Socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament and PES group in the Committee of the Regions. We are an inclusive party where young and the not so young anymore, women and men, regardless of background, ethnicity, sexual orientation or religion, work together. We fight for an inclusive society in which rights are continuously being promoted. PES Women has promoted several campaigns on women's rights and gender equality in Europe and in the world. At the heart of our progressive movement, there are over 30,000 PES activists across the continent who work for a better Europe. They played an essential role during the Knock the Vote campaign for the European election in 2014. The PES recently launched a European Training Academy to train our member party staff and activists. We are part of an international movement which has always promoted international solidarity. We fight economic and social injustice around the world. We promote democracy, peace, and the respect of international law. In 2009, politicians, activists and citizens demonstrated on the streets against austerity measures implemented after the crisis. The PES family took steps and led a campaign for a financial transaction tax to regulate speculation. More recently, to help people to overcome the crisis, especially young people who have been hit harder, the PES called for a European Youth Guarantee. Thanks to our efforts, the EU members convinced the European Commission to allocate 6 billion to it. For the 2014 European election, the PES presented its first ever common candidate. PES member parties across Europe rallied behind him. He travelled thousands of kilometres to every corner of Europe meeting citizens and presenting the PES manifesto. For the very first time, a genuine choice in the future of the EU was proposed to the European citizens. It was European democracy in the making. The PES family has improved the lives of countless individuals and created more equal, just and secure societies. This is evident in our members' long and proud history of achievements, such as the welfare state, universal access to education and healthcare, workers' rights and fundamental human rights. The PES is always fighting for jobs, growth, workers' rights, social protection and true gender equality. We fight to relaunch the economy in a fair, equal and transparent way. We fight against poverty and inequality. We fight against tax fraud and tax havens. We fight for green societies that respect the environment and work against climate change, and for a smart industrial policy. We fight for a progressive asylum and migration policy. We fight for security, fundamental rights and respect for privacy. We fight for participatory democracy. We fight for a better Europe. Today, our movement continues to unite and shape a better future for all.